Flying Doctor's strip on the road here. It's about 150k out of Coober Pedy. This is where the Flying Doctors come in and land on the road as an emergency. Pick up any injured people.
So never stop on it, otherwise you never know when the plane's going to come in and you don't want to interfere with landing, so no need to stop and gawk, just drive over it, take a photo like we are, or while you're actually travelling. But they've obviously made the shoulders a bit wider and they've picked a very straight piece of road. Flying Doctor.
It's just a truck.
Yeah, it's wide though, oversized. So sometimes it's better to pull over and let them go, otherwise you could get squashed.
We're coming into Coober Pedy. See a lot of the mine digging.
So we're 219 kilometres from Mulga camp this morning. It's the Coober Pedy drive-in. Cars 20, adults 10, children $5, and dogs are free. So you just got to tune in to 96.5 FM, and it's actually open on weekends. It's Coober Pedy looking north. You can see all the homes or buildings on the horizon there. They're all built into the side of the hills. So this is the Jesus Catacomb Church, Coober Pedy. It's actually, we've actually got a service at the moment.
Let me in.
Thank you. Check out the tree. Needs oiling. So I've just noticed these cuttings on the side here, so we thought we'd have a bit of a look. They're disused, and you can actually see they've got a fireplace there, separate rooms. I'd say the roof is black because they've had a fire going, but quite interesting. It's interesting how they just sort of cut holes in the side of the hill. Joe's just discovered some tiles. Pretty cute.
Front veranda.
Yeah, front veranda. And I'd say they've put these roofs over the top just to make sure that the weather doesn't get in. Now this is quite a bigger one, and again you got your fire. I'd say they've been digging this out a bit. Should have brought my torch. It's a bit dark in there, don't want to go in there. But yeah, interesting, eh? What do you reckon, Joey? Would you like to buy that house? It's on the market. No thanks. I like how the chimneys go up for the fireplaces. Coober Pedy. Very interesting. This is the York Hoist. They used this back in 1956. It's got a Villiers motor, and it actually goes all the way down to bring out the buckets of ore. Later it was replaced with elevators and blowers.
This is Ronald James Goff. That's his grave. He arrived in Coober Pedy in March 1954 and mined for opal for 38 years. Ron founded the Old Timers Mine, an original opal mine, for tourism in July 1987.
The Old Timers Mine, we're just about to do the tour through the mine. Then you go into the new accommodation area here, and they show how it used to be in the old days. And then there's a shop inside as well. Should be really good. Looking forward to it. So we're here at the Old Timers Mine, and we've got Mick, who's going to explain what we're doing here today.
G'day guys, how you going? What we have here is an old mine. It dates back to 1916, so it's the oldest mine here in town. We give you a map and you just follow the numbers through the old hand-dug mine. You head up to the museum and then the home underground. It is a great tour, guys. Enjoy.
Thank you very much. Cheers. Through here to start the mine tour. You can actually see the opal there.
This seam of opal was found in the first half hour of tunnelling into...
So they've actually dug all this out. Now if you're really keen, you can get your hats on, but Joey and I reckon we're thick enough, so
Here we go.
I hope. So we go down here, because we can.
First mined in 1916 in the post hole behind me. $50,000 worth of opal was found in 1987.
So this is actually where they've gone in and dug a little bit further in.
It's a cabin.
It's a cabin, you wouldn't want to be claustrophobic going in there.
Hello, I'm Ben Miller. This was how the opal miners dug their mines in my day.
What are you doing there, Joey? You haven't got opals. I reckon that's a full keg of beer.
I've been digging, I've got lots of rocks in here.
You have too. So this is where the term opal gougers came from. So they're actually very carefully taking away with their pick and pocket knives little bits of the clay and that to find the opals, being very careful that they don't actually destroy any of it as they do it.
Here's Carl Wills coming up. Look.
Carl Wills?
Yeah. Look up.
Oh wow, Carl. It's
I'm just on my way down to start work in the mine because this is my shaft. I dug it just wide enough for myself and the hand and foot holds within easy reach.
Basically this is the wheelbarrow that's got a bucket, and the reason they have the bucket is so that when they actually get to the shaft they don't have to do like 2 times emptying the wheelbarrow into a bucket. The bucket can just go straight up the shaft. And
this is Minnie Berrington.
That's Minnie Berrington.
The first woman to mine her own claim in 1925.
So this would be a good place to have a bit of an afternoon kip after working hard. Looks like he's got an OZLAPN hat, so that's probably where they first came from. This is Mick O'Reilly. Now he's actually drilling manually the holes for the explosives. So he's got his explosives down there. He's using like a hand drill thing, a brace. So this is Harry, Australia's first camel. We're now actually heading into the underground house. And it's up this way, like the old rope ladders they would have used. That looks like Joanne this morning in the caravan. Hey Joey, time to get up, mate.
That's all your beer you drink.
That's all my beer. This one's for you, Lindsay. This room here was a snooker room, hence the scoreboard here, and the roof was actually used to chalk the cues. Pretty cool. Just gone down some steps here. I'd say this would be the kitchen area here. Got the old Singer sewing machine over there, and the stove here. And in here, I'd say this is like maybe just the main bedroom with television. And then down here, oh, you didn't use this toilet, did you, Joey?
No, I did not.
It's for display purposes only. It's a kid's room. So this is the only underground post office in the world. Here's some more tools. And there's old mate. I've actually just finished the self-guided tour. It was absolutely fantastic. I couldn't believe so many levels.
Yeah,
and,
it's amazing.
And the way that they actually did it in the old days with the picks and that compared to cutting with the new equipment is just really good. Thank you so much. Really
Thank you for
appreciate it.
coming through.
And well worth the trip.
Thank you. All
Cheers,
the
mate.
best.
Bye. Going to have a look at the big winch. That's it up there. You just drive around and then you can park up the top, and that's where you've got your 360 view. So you've actually got the motor that goes through here, which actually drives the fan. The fan actually sets up like a big vacuum cleaner up there, and this big pipe here goes right down the bottom to where they're actually doing the mining. So I'll be doing the scraping with sort of like little bobcats and stuff like that down there. So that gets sucked, that becomes the vacuum cleaner, so it gets sucked right up the top here, and then all of the tailings and everything falls straight down here, and that's how that works. Always wondered. See a lot of these around. Bob Amorossi came to Coober Pedy back in 1950. He was the Caltex dealer in town. He bought a truckload of steel up, which caught fire because of the gas bottles that he had on there, and so all the steel became warped. Back in the day, there was no trees here at all, so he actually made this steel tree for his kids, and then up the top there, he put the wheel hub right at the top for the kids to try and find. He was a bit of a greenie, so in his day, he ended up planting a lot of the trees that you see around here because there was nothing here when he arrived. Good work. So there's the drive-in over there. Oasis Caravan Park where we're staying's over there, and this is the IGA, and that's the main town centre there. And this is the big Winch 360 where you can actually view the history of the place in 360 view. Yep. It's an interesting place. What do you reckon, Joey? Unique? Yeah, pretty unique, I reckon, and we're lucky to actually see it.
Yeah, I love the underground stuff. It's very good.
Yeah. So this is in honour of Claus Wirries. So basically, he'd tried for ages and ages and ages to find opals, and then one day he was extending the room of his house to another room, and that's where he discovered so many opals. So he had a wealth of opals there. And it's a typical story of luck. So he was actually living within only a couple of centimetres of a whole wealth, and you didn't even know it. We're just preparing to leave Coober Pedy. We're all fueled up. The fuel here, the cheapest fuel's $2.07.9. We know that as we get close to the rock, our friends have indicated that it's about $2.80 a litre. So what we're doing here is filling up our jerrys. We normally travel them with them empty, but the jerrys actually go on either side of our box here, and that'll give us an extra 200 k's. Anyway, off to fill the water up at the pay station.
Here's Graham waiting to get some water. Here's Graham getting water.
This is the last roadhouse in the state. It is Cadney Homestead.